What's up, Stripe Nation? Blake Albertson here with B&B Lawn Care. We are here at one of our larger commercial sites here, big church that we mow, and I didn't know that this was even a topic, okay? I didn't know this was like a controversial topic here in the lawn care industry, in the construction industry, the landscaping industry, whatever. I saw this post, this thread on one of the lawn care Facebook groups. I'm still shocked. I saw it last night, and let me know in the comments. I'm really curious about this. So here was the post. They said that their company's trucks do not have air conditioning in them. They ripped the compressors out so that their employees could not sit there idling, wasting the company time, the clock, cooling off instead of out there working. And, you know, that's a separate discussion, the idling and wasting time and not going out and working. That's an issue, and that is a total separate discussion. But no air conditioning in the trucks, purposely ripping them out so your crews can't get cool. Dude, I just think it's like almost, like I almost have an issue with it. I really do. And I think that your employees will not enjoy working for you if you do things like that. I really, really honestly believe that. This is the work truck. If the air conditioning went out on it, we would go get it fixed. 100%. It's 92 degrees out here today. Feels like, I think the feel is worse than that. Like, it's super humid. It's probably like real feel like 98 something degrees, and we're just getting into summer. Like, we're like June 9th. We're not into it yet. July, August, I cannot imagine not having air conditioning. Listen, I am literally, if you've ever really met me or you really know me, I treat absolutely everybody the same as I treat anybody. So like that saying that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago that was said, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. I believe that with how you treat people. The way you treat anybody is how you treat everybody. If that even works, but it's true. I don't think of my employees as anything less than myself. I don't think of anybody as less than myself. And I don't think of anybody as more as myself. If that makes sense. Like, that's how you keep the line of you're never acting like somebody that you're not. And that has to go with, I'm gonna roll around, dude. I've got air conditioning seats in this truck, in the Raptor. I've got air conditioning. Dude, I have air conditioning in my truck. I use it all the time when I'm out working, and I'm never, ever, ever gonna hide that. The fact that I do that, which is crazy that you even have to do it. Why would they put it in there? And so these guys were one saying that they're like manly, that they're not using air conditioning, but that's just plain. That'd be like saying that you're manly for not drinking water. I just don't think that's the case, guys. I mean, you have air conditioning for a reason. Your body temperature gets too high when you're out here working. It's a very dangerous thing, okay? So the 5-10 minute drive, whatever it is, 2-minute drive will cool you down, cool you off. Now, the separate conversation of what do you do if your crew is idling, just sitting outside of the properties for 5, 10, 15 minutes, that is a absolutely total separate issue. Because that is a problem. You know, wasting 10 minutes outside of a property, sitting there while you're paying 2-3 guys is that's a lot of money. You know, that's an hour of labor right there, depending on the crew size. So that's an issue. And that comes back to your employees and your hiring process and your team meetings and your, like, the way you and your crew, the dynamic that you guys have. I'm gonna let them go today. They're off on their own. I don't mean that in any way. I mean, these guys are going off on their own without me. I got other things to do today. I'm not gonna be mowing with them, and that's how it is. That's how it's been for a long, long time, right? And we have that understanding, you know, like the way they feel is gonna determine what happens. If one of them is like, hey dude, I am burning up right now, like I'm feeling really sick, go sit in the truck, in the air conditioning, get some water, chill out, because somebody's health is so much more important than the 10 minutes, the 15 minutes of labor that for them to cool off. Like, it's inhumane. I almost believe that, to not have air conditioning in the truck. Let's ask Tyler. He's rolling up here. Let's see what he thinks. Tyler, this is a very important topic. This is gonna blow your mind. All right.
Hydration? That's an important topic.
Hydration. But what about what would you do if you showed up, okay, and I ripped the air conditioning out of this truck? What would you do? Intentionally, like, hey, I don't want my crew to have air conditioning. I don't want them sitting around on the clock. You would be like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Do you use the air conditioner?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so long story short, Tyler, I saw this thread on Facebook, and they were saying that they don't let their crews run the air conditioner. They take the compressors out, so they're not wasting time while they're out working.
Okay, but my opinion is I wouldn't even, honestly, I couldn't do that. You gotta stay hydrated and, like,
Yeah.
You can't get a heat stroke.
Dude, this is coming. I mean,
work.
guys, if this doesn't prove to you that I didn't even talk to Tyler about this before I started asking him this, it would be like saying you don't drink water.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not.
That's even worse than not drinking water.
Yeah, because you got to keep your body temperature down. Like, it's something you can't control. Like, if your body temperature goes way sky high, you're dead, dude. You know, or you're gonna get super sick. So I can't even believe. Like I said, I cannot even believe that it's a topic. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you weren't a man if you used the air conditioner. One other comment on this thread said, well, this was a policy that Brinkman had for their employees. Brinkman, if you didn't know, they merged a couple years ago with Valley Crest to create Brightview. I'm pretty sure that's the story. Okay. First off, the policy's changed, right? That's not a thing anymore here in 2021. And you're not Brinkman, okay? You're not this old, like, huge conglomerate of a company. You have to have some sort of culture in your company. And here's the other point. We're gonna let Tyler take off on the scat. If you can't trust your crews enough to not use the air conditioner, you shouldn't have them working for you, period. Like if I can't trust Tyler enough that he's not gonna sit here for an hour in the air conditioner, then he shouldn't be on any of my properties anyways. Like, how am I gonna trust him to communicate with the clients if they come out and ask him something, to make sure the property looks good before he leaves, take care of my trucks, my trailer, my mowers, everything, other employees, if I can't trust him with the air conditioner? You know what I'm saying? So listen, and this is a separate conversation. I'm not saying any of these guys were bad on this thread. I'm just seriously trying to have a conversation. There's like this, it's always been, when I started YouTube, there was this group of people, and they feel like they've been doing the lawn care thing long enough where they know everything. However they do it's perfect, right? And you're never going to persuade them to do anything differently. And it sounded like some of these guys were on this thing about the air conditioner. You've got windows, roll them down. Okay. It's freaking hot out here. Sorry, my camera died. But if you're having employee problems, a bunch of turnover in your business, maybe stop looking on the outside and maybe start looking at yourself as the owner. And maybe it's an issue with you, okay? Because I'm not here to toot my own horn. I don't know everything, and I'm not perfect, right? But every employee that's ever worked for me is still, like, around in my life. Almost every single one. We still talk semi-regularly. They'll still come out and help me. Like, dude, Austin, Grant, like all these guys, if I text them and say, hey, I need some help this weekend, they're here to help. And that's not always the case. And it's definitely not the case with old employees that move on to different jobs. But I think it's because I'm a good person. I really I don't treat anybody differently than I would treat a family member, right? Or a close friend or a client or anybody. Okay. So the way you treat people in this world is going to dictate where you go. So people that are having high employee turnovers, they like to talk about the economy and the political climate, the news, all this stuff. Maybe it's none of that. Of course, all that has something to do with it, but maybe it's the way you run your company. Maybe it's the culture you have at your company. If you can't trust somebody to not overuse the air conditioner, how can you trust them to do anything else in your business? Okay. So that was my point of this video. Hope you guys got something of it. I want to have a conversation, dude. Let me know in the comments if I'm being nuts or what. I've never even heard of this topic and never thought about it until this thread. So that's the video. Sorry for this bad camera quality here at the end of the video, but that's it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Stay cool if you can, if you've got air conditioning in your truck. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good day.